Zhang Yu visited the first central hospital in Uni City to see Dr. Zhao, an ophthalmologist, for a consultation regarding his eyes. The consultation took place in consultation room number 1. Initially, there was some doubt about Zhang Yu's identity and whether he was the correct patient, based on his appearance. However, Dr. Zhao reviewed Zhang Yu's paperwork and proceeded with the consultation. During the consultation, Dr. Zhao asked Zhang Yu to describe his eye symptoms. Zhang Yu expressed discomfort with his eyes and mentioned that his vision was different from what is considered normal. Specifically, he perceived colors in an unusual way, with a red layer covering objects and distorting their true colors. Although Zhang Yu could see Dr. Zhao's natural color, it was also filtered by the red layer, preventing him from perceiving the appropriate colors. Dr. Zhao inquired about Zhang Yu's age, but Zhang Yu was momentarily distracted by the red layer in his vision. Eventually, he shared that he saw the number 18 when he closed his eyes. Zhang Yu later asked Dr. Zhao if he had been asking about his age earlier, as he had not responded at the time. Dr. Zhao became upset by Zhang Yu's groggy appearance and questioned whether they were in the right department or if there had been a mistake in the appointment. Zhang Yu speculated that the red layer covering his sight might be blood, considering the number 18 he had seen. He observed Dr. Zhao's energetic behavior during the consultation. Dr. Zhao continued the consultation, providing advice based on Zhang Yu's medical report. However, there was a miscommunication when Dr. Zhao asked about alcohol consumption, as Zhang Yu mistakenly thought he was referring to his current alcohol intake. Dr. Zhao was disappointed by the difficulty in clear communication and determining Zhang Yu's diagnosis due to Zhang Yu's distracted state of mind. Zhang Yu noticed Dr. Zhao's fatigue and lack of focus during the consultation and apologized for his own distraction, which had led to unfocused and unclear responses. Dr. Zhao acknowledged the challenge of concentration but assured Zhang Yu not to worry and promised to carefully assess Zhang Yu's words and symptoms. Dr. Zhao meticulously examined Zhang Yu's eyes, focusing on his pupils and confirming his perception of the described symptoms. He asked Zhang Yu to look left and right to identify any issues in his eyes and carefully observed for any problems. After completing the examination, Dr. Zhao informed Zhang Yu that his eyes appeared normal, with no unusual findings. However, even outside the consultation room, Zhang Yu continued to perceive people around him as covered in the red layer he had described, despite Dr. Zhao's reassurance that there was nothing wrong with his eyes. As a result, Zhang Yu remained uncertain about his diagnosis. As he walked into the hallway, Zhang Yu noticed that all the people around him were covered in a red layer. Additionally, he saw a percentage number displayed above their heads, resembling a life indicator. The number he observed was 96%. Zhang Yu interpreted this positively and believed that there was no need to treat the red layer, which he thought might be conjunctivitis or inflammation in his eyes. He even associated the red layer with his ability to make money. Since Zhang Yu didn't find a solution for his eye condition during the consultation, he contemplated leaving the hospital. He questioned the usefulness of his ability to see the red layer, wondering how he could capitalize on it. In a world outside the hospital, strange creatures had started entering through pit holes, and soldiers were guarding against them. Zhang Yu exited the hospital, feeling disappointed that he had found no cure for his eyes. Meanwhile, the government announced the recruitment of a new team for the night patrol to ensure public safety on the streets. 99 years later, after a cataclysmic event, the government of Uni City had established a safe haven for people to survive. The mutants that had been infiltrating their world were reported to be retreating gradually, giving hope for a brighter future. While pondering the red layer in his eyes, Zhang Yu decided it would be best to carefully consider his situation once he returned home. As he walked the streets of Uni City, he noticed that his shoelaces were untied. While bending down to tie them, he sensed a demonic aura and heard someone speaking in a peculiar manner. Feeling scared and unsure of what to do, Zhang Yu opened his eyes and saw a shadowy figure approaching him. Overwhelmed by fear, he froze in place. Suddenly, a massive green light appeared above Uni City, captivating Zhang Yu's attention. Wondering about its nature, he observed a girl rushing towards something. Following her gaze, Zhang Yu realized she was about to engage in a battle with a mutant lurking behind him. Zhang Yu saw the percentage of both the girl and the mutant, indicating their life force. Mutants had become a prevalent presence in Uni City, and Zhang Yu could perceive the percentages of soldiers and mutants alike. Zhang Yu contemplated the complexity of his own issue while witnessing the fight. The enormous green ball of light, which he had noticed earlier, was now in close proximity. Feeling panic rise within him, Zhang Yu observed that the percentage bubbles had emerged throughout Uni City, seemingly generated by the mutants. The spreading of these bubbles appeared peculiar and dangerous in Zhang Yu's eyes. After one of the water-like bubbles fell on his head, Zhang Yu experienced a peculiar sensation. In the bustling streets of Uni City, many people continued with their daily lives, including Zhang Yu. However, Zhang Yu suddenly stopped in the middle of the street, questioning his actions and contemplating his life. He noticed an individual assisting an elderly man in crossing the street, cautioning him to be careful and watch his step. The busy street of Uni City persisted. Meanwhile, Zhang Yu found himself lost in thought about the Night Patrol Bureau, which was established by the government during the Great Cataclysm 99 years ago. He believed that the Bureau was a reliable support system for the city's citizens, and he held the belief that their world was progressively improving, becoming increasingly safe from mutants. As Zhang Yu stood on the streets, he caught the attention of a young boy who regarded him as foolish for idly standing there. At the same time, a vendor attempted to sell medicine to passers-by, claiming it came from the printing factory. The vendor informed a potential customer that genuine medicine cost 50,000 per bottle, but the one he was selling was significantly cheaper, priced at only 5,000. Zhang Yu contemplated whether Uni City, their place of residence, was truly as secure as they believed, or if the government was selectively showcasing positive events to divert attention from underlying problems. In the midst of Zhang Yu's thoughts about Uni City's true nature, a man suddenly approached and touched his shoulders. Zhang Yu was taken aback by the man's unexpected contact. It turned out to be the same vendor who had earlier been selling medicine. The vendor offered Zhang Yu the opportunity to purchase the medicine, claiming it was identical to genuine medicine from the printing factory. Zhang Yu expressed his skepticism, criticizing the vendor for selling medicine despite the presence of monsters throughout the city, which made it unsafe for people to venture outside. He sarcastically questioned the vendor if he considered himself a god of medicine. The vendor showcased various medicines but eventually walked away when Zhang Yu showed no interest in making a purchase. However, he warned Zhang Yu that he would regret not buying the medicine in the future, even if no monsters were currently in sight. As Zhang Yu deliberated whether to buy the medicine and jokingly asked if the vendor was giving it away for free, he approached the man and assured him that he was merely jesting. He then inquired if the vendor sold divine oil. Ultimately, Zhang Yu decided against purchasing the medicine and boarded a train. He believed that the vendor's asking price of 3,000 for a bottle of divine oil was excessive compared to what was being sold on the street. He contemplated reporting the vendor to the police but dismissed the idea, realizing that ordinary people like him could be found on every other street in Uni City. He concluded that his concerns were possibly unwarranted. Upon reaching Huan Station on the bus, the driver announced their arrival, instructing passengers to disembark. As some passengers prepared to disembark from the bus, Zhang Yu was taken aback by a startling discovery. He noticed something peculiar. A sudden reflection of himself materialized before him. Zhang Yu examined the reflection closely, perplexed by its appearance, especially since he seemed to be the only one who could see it. However, the reflection gradually began to fade, prompting Zhang Yu to scan the bus and his surroundings for any signs of unusual occurrences. He wondered if this was another hallucination, feeling cautious and uncertain about what was happening to him. He contemplated whether this strange phenomenon was a result of a second growth spurt, as he had been experiencing some discomfort lately. The bus departed from the station, continuing its journey to another stop. Zhang Yu pondered the slight pain he had been feeling since earlier and resolved to thoroughly examine himself once he arrived home. After enduring a long and exhausting day outside, Zhang Yu finally returned home. His first course of action was to take a shower, cleansing himself of the pollution prevalent in Uni City. As he prepared to look at himself in the mirror, he was taken aback by a surprising revelation. A peculiar pattern was embedded on his chest. Zhang Yu experienced a sense of familiarity with the pattern, believing it to be connected to the incident that caused him to be struck earlier. Driven by curiosity, Zhang Yu hurried to the library, determined to find books that might help him recall where he had seen a similar pattern before. After an extensive search, he stumbled upon a book whose cover bore a striking resemblance to the pattern etched on his chest. Zhang Yu was shocked when the book seemingly materialized out of thin air, floating before him. The pattern on his chest responded to the book, emitting a vibrant green light and electricity. An emerald aura enveloped Zhang Yu's body as he knelt in the bathroom, enduring the pain emanating from the pattern. He grasped the pattern tightly, feeling an intense heat and struggling to cope with the discomfort. Eventually, he finished his shower, rinsing the area where the pattern resided and where the sensation of heat persisted. As Zhang Yu observed the pattern, a sense of calm washed over him when it finally cooled down. Once his emotions stabilized, Zhang Yu gazed at the mirror and noticed that his number percent had increased to 100. He felt both curious about the sudden increase and elated that it had reached its maximum value. As Zhang Yu continued to scrutinize his transformed body, he made a startling realization: his shadow had vanished. Panic surged through him as he frantically searched for his shadow, scouring every corner and changing positions to confirm its absence. After exhaustive efforts, he finally caught sight of his shadow, bringing him immense relief. Although momentarily alarmed, Zhang Yu had experienced such a series of extraordinary events throughout the day that he pondered if losing his shadow would even surprise him. As Zhang Yu prepared to leave the bathroom, he once again encountered something peculiar. Opening the door, he found a shadow materialize directly in front of him, a shadow resembling his reflection. Zhang Yu carefully observed the shadow, drawing closer to it. He approached the shadow and conveyed his belief that things were not as simple as they seemed. After noticing his shadow, Zhang Yu experienced a sudden surge of pain and a rapid heartbeat. Though relieved that his shadow hadn't vanished, he discovered that it was actually alive, causing him stress. In the meantime, at Zhang Yu's home, he contemplated the situation of his animated shadow. Zhang Yu and his shadow spent time together, attempting to determine the extent to which the shadow could follow his commands. Zhang Yu felt reassured as the shadow showed no signs of harm and seemed obedient. He decided to test the shadow's capabilities by instructing it to raise its hands. To his delight, the shadow swiftly complied, showcasing impressive reflexes. Proceeding with further commands, Zhang Yu directed his shadow to raise its right leg, despite the stiffness and awkward movements. Zhang Yu was pleased with the shadow's obedience and began to believe that it would follow his every command. However, Zhang Yu also considered exploring alternative methods to ensure the shadow's compliance. Consequently, he commanded the shadow to dance, leaving it with no choice but to comply. To Zhang Yu's surprise, the shadow performed an impressive dance, exceeding his expectations. The series of events throughout the day left Zhang Yu with a headache, and as time passed with the shadow remaining alive, he became increasingly intrigued by its sudden appearance and its animation. Suddenly, a light emanated from Zhang Yu's chest, prompting him to wonder about the nature of this new occurrence. The light, which had left his body, now floated above him in the form of a magical green ball. Zhang Yu was astonished by the appearance of this mystical force. As the light transformed into a screen, it displayed detailed information about the shadow, including its attributes, shadow points, grid, and abilities. Zhang Yu was amazed by the screen, believing it to be the attribute panel for his shadow. Intrigued, Zhang Yu touched the plus sign beneath the shadow's information, which revealed even more detailed data about the shadow's capabilities. According to the panel, Zhang Yu's shadow was not only possessed by him but also held all his memories and was fully synchronized with his strength. The shadow could follow any command given by Zhang Yu. However, it had limitations and lacked independent thinking. Zhang Yu recalled the system's instructions and the shadow's compliance with his dance command. As a mere shadow without a physical body, it couldn't move or speak independently. Consequently, the shadow was unable to answer Zhang Yu's questions, even though it possessed all of Zhang Yu's memories. Nonetheless, Zhang Yu proceeded to his study table, preparing to assess his shadow's skills and capabilities. He posed math questions to the shadow, instructing it to solve them independently after completing all the math problems. Zhang Yu handed his shadow a pen, revealing that it was holding his summer homework, and asked it to take a look at it. He was surprised to see his shadow holding the pen without a physical body. As the shadow sat down to attempt to answer Zhang Yu's summer homework, he tried touching different parts of the shadow, pondering whether it had a physical form or not. Zhang Yu experienced some discomfort due to the sudden appearance of his shadow. Curiously, his shadow looked at him and stopped solving the math problem, leaving the writing unfinished. Zhang Yu was intrigued by his shadow's gaze and its sudden halt in answering the math problem. Upon examining what his shadow had written, Zhang Yu felt frustrated and contemplated hitting its head due to its inability to answer the math problem. However, the paper passed through the shadow since it lacked physical body. Zhang Yu began to question the usefulness of his shadow, despite having all his memories, and mockingly mentioned that he could finish the math problem in just 2 minutes for amusement. Reflecting on the information provided by the system earlier, Zhang Yu considered a different approach to test his shadow, uncertain if the previous math question had been too challenging. Zhang Yu decided to further assess his shadow's memory skills by instructing it to record all the lessons from his memory. The shadow promptly followed Zhang Yu's instructions, impressing him with its speed and compliance. Zhang Yu admired the shadow's ability to record lessons, questioning whether it possessed superhuman capabilities. He even contemplated focusing on selling books instead of studying, given the shadow's efficiency at recording information. Zhang Yu observed his shadow diligently carrying out all the tasks he had assigned, realizing that his shadow possessed far more potential than he had initially anticipated. As the shadow continued to write down all the lessons stored in Zhang Yu's memory, he took a moment to examine the attribute panel of his shadow, searching for other ways to interact with it. Once again, Zhang Yu pressed the plus sign button beneath the shadow's attributes, causing information about shadow devouring to appear on the screen. The attribute panel explained that shadow devouring could either draw shadow points from darkness to enhance oneself or decompose and absorb dead objects. Curious about the process of shadow devouring, Zhang Yu wondered whether it required physical contact with the shadow's body or the object's shadows. Intrigued, Zhang Yu searched his house for an object to test his shadow's devouring ability. Delving into the darkness, he embraced it, hoping that his actions would grant him mastery over it. However, he found himself struggling to utilize this power, unsure if there was an instruction manual or beginner's guide to assist him. In the midst of his attempts at shadow devouring, the system suddenly appeared, displaying information about the shadow pupil. It revealed that Zhang Yu's eyes had undergone an unknown transformation, granting him access to the dark side of the world. With this ability, he could choose to observe or enter the dark side at his own free will. Recalling a previous encounter with mutants and soldiers, Zhang Yu connected it to the mention of the dark side in the system's information. Eager to enhance his shadow pupil ability, he began contemplating the necessary steps to achieve his desired skill. Meanwhile, Zhang Yu noticed his shadow once again, diligently writing all the lessons from his memory. Playfully, he instructed the shadow not to cheat on the papers and to do a few push-ups first, wanting to witness its response. Unexpectedly, the shadow complied by standing up and melting into the floor, piercing through the ground rather than performing the requested push-ups. Shocked by this unexpected behavior, Zhang Yu became frustrated with his shadow's disobedience and wondered where it had gone. Within Zhang Yu's home, he searched for his shadow, which had disappeared after penetrating the floor. Eventually, the shadow reappeared when Zhang Yu called for it, seeming to have gone to a place where it believed he had instructed it to go. Zhang Yu questioned his shadow about its whereabouts, having searched for it throughout the house. As the shadow was unable to speak, Zhang Yu provided it with paper and a pen to answer his questions. Through writing, the shadow explained that it had gone to the dark side, leaving Zhang Yu curious about its purpose there. In response, the shadow revealed that it had gone to the dark side to exercise. When Zhang Yu instructed his shadow to do a few push-ups, it misunderstood and instead ventured into the dark side to exercise, based on its interpretation of Zhang Yu's words. After explaining the situation to Zhang Yu, he pondered whether it would be more beneficial to exercise in the dark side of the world rather than in Zhang Yu's own realm. Understanding this, Zhang Yu told his shadow that it could return to the dark side of the world to practice without hesitation. Following his orders, the shadow vanished once again, leaving Zhang Yu's house and heading towards the dark side of the world. Feeling relieved that his shadow was finally gone, Zhang Yu could now focus on his own endeavors without any distractions. He returned to his study table, ready to engage in serious work. Hours passed, and the morning sun illuminated Zhang Yu's residence. He had fallen asleep while immersed in his tasks from the previous night, his head resting on the study table. Zhang Yu's dreams were filled with various food and situations, so vivid that he even requested a pen to draw within the dream. Zhang Yu awoke when he heard someone knocking at his door, trying to shake off the remnants of sleep. He realized that sleeping on his stomach had caused his back to ache. The person at the door persisted in their knocking and called out to Zhang Yu, urging him to open it. Finally responding, Zhang Yu got up and made his way to the door, questioning the urgency of the person outside. That person turned out to be Lu Yao Yao, Zhang Yu's childhood girlfriend and classmate, who was also an ardent and loyal fan. Curious about why Lu Yao Yao had come so early in the morning, Zhang Yu noticed that her HP percentage was unusually low, at 93, unlike her usual HP status. Recognizing the cause of her HP drop, Zhang Yu understood that it was her time of the week, according to the calendar date. Lu Yao Yao quickly entered Zhang Yu's house, and he asked her why she had come so early when he had just woken up. As Zhang Yu was about to close the door, Lu Yao Yao implored him to hurry, mentioning that she had planned a new drawing and had already decided on its content the previous night. She expressed her desire to see Zhang Yu's collection of designs, which was why she had come to his house early in the morning. Surprisingly, Zhang Yu slammed the door shut with force, startling Lu Yao Yao due to the loud bang. The impact of the aggressive door closing caused a crack to appear on its edges. Lu Yao Yao was taken aback and began to cry, admonishing Zhang Yu for shutting the door so forcefully, even if he didn't want to show her the designs. She expressed her disappointment at his actions. Zhang Yu's aggression towards the door left a perplexing sensation within him, distinct from his usual physical and mental strength. Lu Yao Yao noticed this change in Zhang Yu when he closed the door, leaving him standing in front of it in a dazed state. This experience left Zhang Yu confused about his current condition. Lu Yao Yao was on the verge of asking about Zhang Yu when she noticed his shocked expression. Lu Yao Yao inquired if Zhang Yu had been going to the gym lately, remarking that his body appeared more toned than before. Considering their infrequent meetings, Lu Yao Yao hesitated to believe that Zhang Yu, a loner who hadn't exercised in years, could suddenly decide to start working out. She wondered how he had achieved such well-defined muscles overnight. Lu Yao Yao approached Zhang Yu and touched his body to confirm any changes. Sensing that he might have been hitting the gym due to his improved physique, she asked if he had been doing anything specific to enhance his physical fitness. Zhang Yu playfully replied that he did nothing except lift bookshelves every day. Lu Yao Yao remained doubtful and attempted to lift Zhang Yu's shirt to inspect his body closely, unable to believe his claims of minimal exercise. She suspected that he might be taking supplements to achieve his transformation. However, Zhang Yu denied the allegations and assured her that he had only been exercising recently. Zhang Yu believed that his shadow's workouts in the dark side of the world would directly benefit his own physique, which explained his muscle gains. Lu Yao Yao continued scrutinizing Zhang Yu's body by repeatedly lifting his shirt, surprised that he had achieved such results in a short time frame. She mentioned some cases her father had dealt with and suggested that Zhang Yu should exercise caution and control his desires. Zhang Yu was not surprised by Lu Yao Yao's remarks and dismissed them, teasing her for speaking nonsensically. In a surprising turn of events, Lu Yao Yao suddenly grabbed Zhang Yu's hands, leaving him bewildered and unsure of her intentions. She forcefully held his hands behind him, catching him off guard. Zhang Yu wondered what Lu Yao Yao had in mind and questioned her about her actions. Lu Yao Yao produced a watch-like device, indicating her intention to put it on Zhang Yu's wrist against his will. She warned him not to move as she intended to subject him to a pollution index test. Zhang Yu was unfamiliar with the concept and curiously asked about the purpose of the pollution indexes. Lu Yao Yao explained that the device she was using could detect and eliminate alien races, foreign objects, and negative emotions, which would contribute to the pollution index reaching a certain threshold. Suspicious of Zhang Yu, Lu Yao Yao believed that something was amiss and decided to test his pollution index to see if his appearance would change. Zhang Yu pondered her words and considered that his abilities might be related to the pattern on his chest, concluding that pollution would have no effect on it and therefore had no cause for concern. As Zhang Yu's chest reacted to the pollution index test, he realized that the device seemed to respond to his pattern and sensed that it had detected something unusual occurring within his body. After Lu Yao Yao pointed the gun at Zhang Yu, he was taken aback by her actions and questioned whether she was serious about using it against him. Zhang Yu emphasized that Lu Yao Yao couldn't find out what was happening to him and believed that the abnormality in the device in his body needed to be stopped immediately. Fortunately, after a minute of testing, the device showed no reaction to Zhang Yu's pattern, indicating that he remained unaffected and normal. This brought relief to Zhang Yu, who laughed off the situation. Lu Yao Yao lowered her weapon and informed Zhang Yu that he seemed normal, just as she had expected. Zhang Yu jokingly remarked that despite being normal, Lu Yao Yao had still pointed a weapon at him. With the testing complete and no abnormalities detected, Zhang Yu felt relieved that he had escaped. Suspicion. Lu Yao Yao explained that her father had taught her to be cautious and that's why she had taken extra precautions when she noticed something unusual. Zhang Yu changed the topic, diverting Lu Yao Yao's attention, and mentioned that he had recently drawn some famous comic characters. He asked if she would like to see them. Lu Yao Yao's expression changed, and she happily expressed her interest in seeing Zhang Yu's newly drawn comics. Zhang Yu was glad that Lu Yao Yao's focus had shifted to his comics rather than testing him. As they were about to view the comics, Zhang Yu playfully told Lu Yao Yao to control her excitement, comparing her to a little child eager to see something new. Unable to contain her anticipation, Lu Yao Yao urged Zhang Yu to quickly show her the comics, as she had been eagerly waiting since her arrival that morning. After Lu Yao Yao left his house, Zhang Yu went to his bed and lay down, feeling relieved that he had escaped a potentially dangerous situation. He wondered about the earlier encounter with Lu Yao Yao but was glad that he had managed to get away with it. While resting, Zhang Yu contemplated opening the system of his shadow to check its status and see what his shadow had been doing all night in the dark side of the world. The system revealed that his shadow had entered the dark side and engaged in exercise. Zhang Yu was astonished to see the activation of dark power and learned that his shadow had become stronger after absorbing shadow points for the first time. He discovered that his shadow had gained numerous points for arm strength due to its exercises. Surprised by his shadow's activities, Zhang Yu realized that his shadow had been training throughout the night after Lu Yao Yao had left his house. Curious, he attempted to summon his shadow. After attempting to learn the shadow devouring ability the previous night, Zhang Yu successfully summoned his shadow, which amazed him. He felt that he could already perceive the results of his training and perform the ability without difficulty. Excited by his success, Zhang Yu desired more and resolved to make the exercises for his shadow more challenging. His shadow readily agreed and signaled its willingness to proceed. Impressed by his shadow's determination, Zhang Yu instructed it to perform push-up planks. The shadow obediently followed, repeatedly executing the exercise. Zhang Yu then directed his shadow to perform push-ups using 2 fingers on one hand and to assume a tiger pose. The shadow flawlessly performed all the exercises as instructed. Zhang Yu further commanded his shadow to engage in a set of martial arts exercises, including standing body exercises known as the human banner. Determined to push his shadow's physical abilities, Zhang Yu instructed it to do squats and informed it that he would intensify the exercises. His shouts of encouragement could be heard from outside. Unbeknownst to Zhang Yu, Lu Yao Yao was listening to his actions and words outside his apartment. Lu Yao Yao felt relieved upon hearing Zhang Yu's activities and realized that her doubts and suspicions had been unwarranted. She acknowledged that she had wrongly judged Zhang Yu, even going so far as to subject him to a pollution index test. Lu Yao Yao reflected on the worries caused by her doubts and was glad that Zhang Yu was truly fine. She departed, needing to return home and read some comics. After several days of rigorous training in the dark side of the world, on January 20th, in the year 99 of the disaster calendar, Zhang Yu stepped outside his house for a walk. The extensive training his shadow had undergone had inadvertently made him stronger and significantly improved his physical strength. Zhang Yu's body showcased the visible effects of the training, and he exuded confidence. Zhang Yu contemplated whether he could defeat Lu Yao Yao with a single punch but acknowledged that he still lacked the ability to do so. He determined that it was time for him to work harder. On January 21st, Zhang Yu's uncle Lai, who worked the night shift, visited his home but failed to notice anything unusual about Zhang Yu. Uncle Lai, who had lost an arm and was aging, was unaware of Zhang Yu's growing power. Zhang Yu entertained the thought that he could defeat 3 Uncle Lais and 10 Lu Yao Yaos with a single punch. The following day, January 23rd, when Zhang Yu woke up, his first thought was that he needed to exert more effort. He realized that his life could not continue as usual and that he had to strive for extraordinary abilities. Zhang Yu resolved to work hard, understanding that he could not simply lie in bed and do nothing. The following day proved to be highly productive for Zhang Yu as he devised a new set of training for his shadow. While Zhang Yu focused on completing his work, his shadow continued training independently, as they usually did. As January 25th came to a close, Zhang Yu initially attempted to do 10 push-ups but quickly grew tired. He instructed his shadow to continue training on its own. Zhang Yu glanced at his shadow's attribute panel and wondered why the growth rate of shadow points was so slow. It took a considerable number of shadows to provide only 8 points, while the required points were 10. As he tried to concentrate and enter the dark side, Zhang Yu contemplated the uncertainty of when he would accumulate the necessary 10 points to activate his character. He wondered if venturing into the dark side of the world alone would allow him to progress faster. With determination, Zhang Yu successfully ventured into the dark side of the world, where his shadow was already training and gaining incredible strength. Having penetrated the ground, Zhang Yu found himself halfway immersed in the dark side. Unbeknownst to him, he had unconsciously traveled to the dark side in his pursuit of concentration. Upon opening his eyes, Zhang Yu realized he had already entered another dimension, the dark side. He noticed that the dark side resembled his room, as described by the system. After contemplating various methods, he managed to leave his room and step into the other world, which mirrored their own but with a darker and more menacing atmosphere than what he typically encountered in Uni City. Zhang Yu felt relieved to escape his residence and venture outside, as leaving his room had been a struggle on the dark side. Contrary to his expectations, the dark side resembled their real world, and Zhang Yu observed his surroundings with disappointment. However, he soon realized that he could only enter the dark side from outside his actual room. As he explored the city within the dark side, Zhang Yu grew frustrated that it didn't meet his anticipated expectations, fueling his anger. In the streets of the dark side, an unfamiliar creature began following Zhang Yu. The mysterious presence emitted a sound that caught Zhang Yu's attention. Sensing the stranger's proximity, Zhang Yu perceived their presence as that of a person, based on the emotions emanating from the dark side. Believing the stranger was there to assist him, Zhang Yu found himself being observed by a mutant on the streets, giving him the impression that he had taken the mutant by surprise. An unsightly mutant, resembling a human with disheveled hair and unkempt clothing, lurked on the streets, caught Zhang Yu off guard. The mutant, exhibiting an unattractive appearance, suddenly attacked Zhang Yu, leaving him in a state of surprise. With quick reflexes, Zhang Yu evaded the monster's assault, skillfully avoiding its attacks. However, the mutant persisted in its hunger for Zhang Yu, relentlessly pursuing him despite his evasive maneuvers. As the mutant continued its relentless onslaught, Zhang Yu grew increasingly panicked, unable to concentrate on formulating a plan of action due to the sudden appearance and relentless attacks. Shocked by the encounter with such a mutant in the dark side, Zhang Yu swiftly devised a plan. He summoned his shadow to open a portal, intending to escape from the mutant's clutches. Taking swift action, Zhang Yu swiftly dove into the summoned shadow portal just as the mutant closed in on him in the dark side of the world. Without much difficulty, he emerged from the shadow portal back into the real world, finding himself safely on the ground in his own house. Relieved to have made it out in time before the mutant could harm him, Zhang Yu felt a sense of calm and relief. However, during the encounter, the mutant managed to scratch Zhang Yu's buttocks, tearing his pants and exposing his rear. Reflecting on the ordeal, Zhang Yu realized how terrified the mutant had made him and pondered why it had attacked him without any apparent reason. Despite his escape, Zhang Yu harbored a desire for revenge against the strange creature, considering various scenarios to make it pay for its attempt on his life. Resolute in his stance, he vowed to show no mercy, even if the creature were to beg for its life. On January 28, Zhang Yu found himself facing a mysterious creature in the dark side, caught off guard and unprepared for a fight. Unfortunately, he became a victim of the creature's attack. The second scenario took place on January 29, where Zhang Yu sought revenge against the strange creature. However, his attempt ended in failure as he was struck in the chest, nearly breaking his ribs. Filled with anger, he swore to take revenge in the third encounter, which occurred on January 30. During this battle, Zhang Yu suffered 3 scratches on his buttocks while attempting to retaliate. The pain was excruciating and left him with only 6% of his health points remaining. Unable to continue fighting off the demon, Zhang Yu returned home to rest and recover from his injuries. Fortunately, Lu Yao Yao was present to treat his wounds and apply ointment to them. Intrigued by the scars covering Zhang Yu's body, she couldn't contain her curiosity and asked him about the fights he had been involved in recently. Zhang Yu responded by telling Lu Yao Yao that even if he explained, she wouldn't understand, and he jokingly referred to the scars as a man's medal. Angered by his remark, Lu Yao Yao grabbed Zhang Yu's scars on his buttocks and retorted that there was no metal in that area. Zhang Yu cried out in pain as she touched his scars forcefully. Lu Yao Yao remarked that Zhang Yu was fortunate to still feel pain and warned him that he would become even more arrogant as his body grew stronger. Amidst the scolding, Zhang Yu suddenly remembered that there was only 1 month left and asked Lu Yao Yao about her plans. Surprisingly, Lu Yao Yao seemed unaware of what Zhang Yu was referring to and asked him for clarification. Zhang Yu sat up in his chair and explained to Lu Yao Yao about the upcoming martial arts test and asked if she had forgotten about it. In the strange world and the tumultuous year they were in, most industries, particularly those related to culture and the arts, had become less popular. Music, arts, and technology had lost their appeal to the current generation, and even practitioners in these fields found themselves at the bottom of society. Mutants and soldiers had become the focus of attention, with people more interested in national affairs than entertainment such as cinemas and television. The individuals, fighting on the front lines, like the Night Guards, had become stars in the hearts of the people. To become a Night Guard in Uni City, one had to pass a martial arts exam established by the government. Participating in the martial arts test and passing it meant that one's life would no longer be ordinary. Zhang Yu attempted to jog Lu Yao Yao's memory about the approaching martial arts exam, which was less than a month away. However, Lu Yao Yao sadly revealed that she had no desire to participate in the upcoming exam. Zhang Yu became curious when Lu Yao Yao suddenly expressed her reluctance to participate in the martial arts exam. Initially hesitant to reveal the reason, Lu Yao Yao finally disclosed her motive to Zhang Yu, surprising him by stating that she wanted to pursue music instead of martial arts. Zhang Yu encouraged Lu Yao Yao to follow her passion for music and pursue it for as long as she desired. However, he raised concerns about the possibility of Uncle King disagreeing with her chosen path, considering that Uncle Lu held a senior position in the Night Watch department. Zhang Yu thought that Lu Yao Yao's desire to pursue music might be seen as equivalent to a second-generation employee bypassing the civil servant exam and becoming an independent worker. Regarding Uncle King's potential disagreement, Lu Yao Yao clarified that it didn't necessarily mean outright disapproval. She hesitated to reveal the real reason to Zhang Yu, indicating that there might be an underlying issue that caused her to hold back from learning music and pursuing martial arts, much like Uncle King. Perplexed by Lu Yao Yao's cryptic statements, Zhang Yu questioned her about it while she continued applying ointment to his wounds. Lu Yao Yao assured him that what she was about to disclose would remain confidential and not be shared with others due to its sensitive nature. Lu Yao Yao proceeded to explain her concerns, mentioning that the laws had changed. According to her, in this year's exam, everyone in Yunhai City who met the qualification standards was required to take the martial arts exam and apply. Essentially, Lu Yao Yao was conveying that all eligible individuals were obliged to apply for the martial arts exam. Zhang Yu was taken aback by this rule and pointed out that the government had previously disregarded personal preferences but was now allowing students with average qualifications to apply for the general examination. Worried about what she knew regarding the Night Watch, Lu Yao Yao expressed her concerns to Zhang Yu, stating that the pressure on the Night Watch had increased. She mentioned that unless there was an unforeseen circumstance, she would have to take the martial arts exam, even if she didn't want to. As Zhang Yu contemplated the implications of the Night Watch and the martial arts exam, he also recalled the small instrument that Lu Yao Yao had used to test him on whether something abnormal was happening to him. This memory caused Zhang Yu to worry, as the instrument nearly made a sound. He believed that with the strict rules of the martial arts exam, he wouldn't be able to hide his abilities and feared that having a gun with him on that day wouldn't bode well for the Night Guard. In his musings about surviving the martial arts exam, Zhang Yu wondered if his unreliable guide, his shadow, would put him in a precarious situation or help him overcome the challenges. As Zhang Yu contemplated his options, he suddenly asked Lu Yao Yao if the small instrument she had used before could be used to ward off alien creatures. Lu Yao Yao clarified that the small instrument she mentioned earlier could only detect aliens and supernatural beings, not prevent them. She jokingly advised Zhang Yu that if he encountered a different kind of species, he should run as fast as he could and make an emergency call before his demise. Intrigued by the mention of a different kind, Zhang Yu asked Lu Yao Yao to explain the distinction between them and the alien species they had discussed. The two of them exchanged awkward glances as Zhang Yu inquired about Lu Yao Yao's statement regarding encountering a different kind. Noticing that Zhang Yu's injuries had healed, Lu Yao Yao felt it was time for her to return home. Before leaving, Zhang Yu mentioned that her family must possess some basic knowledge of the paranormal and asked if he could see it. Curious about his interest, Lu Yao Yao questioned whether he was planning to take a public examination related to the subject in the future. Zhang Yu responded, reminding Lu Yao Yao that she had informed him about the mandatory martial arts exam this year and suggested that if he had talent, he should be aware of it beforehand based on what she had said. Wanting to confirm Zhang Yu's interest in discovering his talent, Lu Yao Yao asked if that was the reason. Zhang Yu affirmed that what he said was true and shared that his primary intention was to create something related to superhumans and alien blood in comics. Lu Yao Yao became suddenly excited when Zhang Yu mentioned comics and urged him to tell her more about his plans. Zhang Yu began sharing his initial idea for the comics. He described a skinny boy named Ben who faced bullying at school despite his kind heart. With the help of his kind classmates, teacher, and Kainan, Ben was chosen to be part of the Night Watch and participate in the Super Warrior Project. Through the Night Watch's support and his extraordinary willpower, Ben underwent a transformation after receiving injections of the Super Soldier Serum, becoming a powerful leader and eventually Captain Ben. However, Captain Ben's role was not to be on the battlefield like other Night Watchmen but rather to attend various gatherings frequented by high-ranking officials and affluent families, mingling with noble ladies. Lu Yao Yao expressed her enjoyment of Zhang Yu's story about Captain Ben and added that until the city was invaded by alien species, there was a formidable extraterrestrial known as Pig's Skull who possessed a blue cosmic cube. When Zhang Yu expressed his desire to see the paranormal, both of them went to Lu Yao Yao's house. Zhang Yu was amazed by Lu Yao Yao's house, as it was located in the same lane and residency as his own. Lu Yao Yao instructed Zhang Yu to wait in her room while she went to her dad's room to retrieve the materials he wanted to see. As Zhang Yu explored Lu Yao Yao's bedroom, he noticed something familiar, a comic book lying on her bed. Immediately, Zhang Yu picked up the book and opened it, realizing that it was titled, Destiny, a place where the Mangus resides. The story revolved around a brother and sister's love. Zhang Yu taunted Lu Yao Yao, questioning how she dared to read a book with a genre focused on brother-sister love. Feeling mocked, Lu Yao Yao swiftly took the manga away from him, explaining that a friend had left it in her bedroom but she hadn't mustered the courage to read it. Instructing Zhang Yu to sit quietly and wait in her room, Lu Yao Yao warned him not to tamper with her belongings. Zhang Yu agreed and reassured Lu Yao Yao, urging her to go and retrieve the materials they needed. As Lu Yao Yao left, Zhang Yu contemplated how she hadn't changed much since childhood and noticed her lack of suspicion towards people. Observing the musical items in Lu Yao Yao's bedroom, Zhang Yu wondered if she had loved music from a young age and held onto these old belongings for sentimental reasons. Zhang Yu reminisced about a time when Lu Yao Yao would pester him to listen to music together, even though he had no interest in it. While waiting for Lu Yao Yao's return, Zhang Yu turned on the radio and played music from a cassette, recalling their childhood moments of playing together. He remembered when Lu Yao Yao caught insects while he promised to help her catch goldfish. Zhang Yu also recalled a moment when he frightened Lu Yao Yao by pretending a ghost was approaching, causing her to be startled by his face. Lost in thoughts of Lu Yao Yao and their shared music experiences, Zhang Yu drifted off to sleep. In his dream, Lu Yao Yao returned to the room and asked Zhang Yu if he liked music. Suddenly awakening from his slumber and the dream of Lu Yao Yao, Zhang Yu was surprised to see her standing before him. Lu Yao Yao remarked that Zhang Yu clearly couldn't even recognize musical instruments, suggesting he wasn't someone who enjoyed music. When Lu Yao Yao returned with the materials she found in her father's room, she handed them to Zhang Yu, telling him to take a look as they were all for him. Zhang Yu proceeded to place the tool in his eyes to witness the paranormal activity they had discussed. However, when he inserted the virtual material into his eyes, he saw something unexpected and noticed peculiar occurrences. It felt as if Zhang Yu was falling behind or entering a different realm. Upon awakening, Zhang Yu found himself in another dimension, a virtual world. As he surveyed his surroundings, he wondered if this place was the abyss and contemplated the realism of the virtual reality he was experiencing. The term, abyss, referred to the unknown world full of taboos, dangers, and the source of disasters. In the abyss, cruel alien species were born, constantly wreaking havoc and destruction. Zhang Yu recognized some of these species, possibly the same ones he had encountered during his visit to Dr. Zhao in the hospital regarding his eye consultation. The virtual reality had explained to Zhang Yu that between their world and the abyss existed a realm known as the Shadow, a dark side of the world that was an integral part of reality. Zhang Yu, having ventured to the dark side of the world multiple times, understood the explanations of the virtual reality system. The system revealed that alien species from the abyss infiltrated their world through the shadow layer, despite the Night Guardian's efforts to control their entry and exit. Some creatures managed to slip through undetected. The virtual reality system informed Zhang Yu that every 2 months, the shadow layer would reset to reflect the current state of the dark side. During this time, the number of alien species would significantly increase, necessitating their timely elimination. However, the system cautioned that the shadow class weakened human combat effectiveness, advising against the participation of individuals above the 4th level. Pondering the virtual system's words and observing the dark side, Zhang Yu felt perplexed. The system warned of significant pollution in the shadow layer, suggesting that prolonged exposure could transform humans into strange creatures. When Kai Ying Tong entered the dark side, he experienced no discomfort. As Zhang Yu continued exploring the virtual reality, a peculiar creature materialized behind him, seemingly poised to attack. Startled, Zhang Yu swiftly noticed the creature's presence and grew alarmed. However, a sudden burst of light intercepted the creature, preventing harm from befalling Zhang Yu. The radiance engulfed the dark side, dispelling the imminent threat. Still in shock from the encounter, Zhang Yu questioned the fate of the strange creature. To his surprise, a mysterious individual appeared before him. The virtual system explained that combating alien species required possessing a force capable of matching their strength, demanding extraordinary abilities. Observing the man in front of him, Zhang Yu marveled at his exceptional qualities and handsome appearance. He pondered the possibility of becoming like this extraordinary man if he were to pass the martial arts exam. As Zhang Yu studied the man, the virtual system revealed that extraordinary individuals were primarily aliens inhabiting human bodies. Physically, they resembled humans, but genetically, they were of alien origin. Extraordinary individuals wielded energy as their power source, and they fought tirelessly against pollution and alienation, safeguarding humanity in the real world. Upon their demise, there was a high likelihood of becoming a virtual element, an extraordinary person. Realizing the potential consequences, Zhang Yu was taken aback by the transformation occurring before his eyes. He swiftly removed the virtual material from his eyes, shocked by the revelation. Curious about Zhang Yu's reaction, Lu Yao Yao inquired about what had happened. Zhang Yu downplayed the significance, explaining that he was merely overwhelmed by the vast amount of information he had received and added that the system hadn't been updated for a while. Zhang Yu then beckons Lu Yao Yao to come closer and massage his back. Surprised by his command, Lu Yao Yao angrily asks him to repeat his request. Zhang Yu quickly strikes a deal with her, offering 3 original drawings or Ultra HD content, whichever she prefers, in exchange for the massage. Lu Yao Yao agrees to the deal and promptly begins massaging his back. While working on Zhang Yu's neck and shoulders, she notices their firmness. Zhang Yu explains that he has been working out, attributing the muscular neck to his fitness regimen. Lu Yao Yao then inquires if he has also focused on his abs, leading Zhang Yu to believe she wants to touch them. In response, Lu Yao Yao touches Zhang Yu's abs, but their moment is abruptly interrupted when someone opens the door to the room. To their surprise, it is none other than Lu Yao Yao's father. Zhang Yu feels shocked and embarrassed by the situation, as Uncle Lu has witnessed them in that state. Time passes, and Zhang Yu dines with Lu Yao Yao and her father at their residence. Zhang Yu notices that Lu Yao Yao's father is visibly upset, likely due to what he had witnessed earlier in his daughter's bedroom. Lu Yao Yao's father eats aggressively, expressing his anger towards Zhang Yu, having likely misunderstood the situation. Lu Yao Yao tries to assure her father that he misinterpreted what he saw and asks him not to be angry with Zhang Yu. However, Lu Yao Yao's father insists that he saw everything with his own eyes and that his perception cannot be mistaken. Unable to find the right words to convince her father, Lu Yao Yao gestures towards Zhang Yu, urging him to explain the situation to her father and clarify that nothing inappropriate had occurred in the bedroom. Zhang Yu struggles to find alternative explanations and takes the blame for the incident, deciding to punish himself by drinking 3 cups of liquid, as he had told Uncle Lu earlier. He swiftly consumes all the liquid, telling Uncle Lu to do whatever he pleases. However, Lu Yao Yao's father remains angry. As he starts suggesting getting a knife, Zhang Yu panics and attempts to flee, explaining to Uncle Lu that everything was merely a misunderstanding. Zhang Yu and Lu Yao Yao have been childhood friends and have had feelings for each other since they were young. However, despite their close bond, they have distinct personalities. Zhang Yu is often viewed by some as a troublesome boy, while Lu Yao Yao is seen as well-educated and knowledgeable, primarily based on her appearance. Despite their personality differences, Lu Yao Yao has always enjoyed playing with Zhang Yu and stood by his side, even when he exhibited peculiar behavior. Zhang Yu believed that Lu Yao Yao wanted to maintain their friendship because he had once stood up for her and protected her from bullies when they were children. Although Zhang Yu was the only one who defended Lu Yao Yao, he did so despite being at a disadvantage. Zhang Yu even considered Lu Yao Yao's appreciation of his bravery and charm when he protected her, even during situations where he pretended to be a homeless child begging for money on the streets. Lu Yao Yao remained supportive by participating in the make-believe game, acting as a homeless child. When Lu Yao Yao's father noticed how dedicated his daughter was to the role, he became emotionally stirred and felt upset with Zhang Yu, mistaking it for dishonesty. After finishing dinner, they moved to the living room, where they stood in front of Lu Yao Yao's father, creating a somewhat eerie atmosphere. Due to their history since childhood, Lu Yao Yao's father had always been wary of Zhang Yu and did not approve of his daughter being with him. Therefore, when he saw Zhang Yu in his daughter's bedroom, he became furious and assumed they were engaging in inappropriate activities. The reason Lu Yao Yao's father stared at them was because he was still upset about what he had witnessed earlier in her bedroom. As Lu Yao Yao's father was about to light a cigarette, his daughter noticed and immediately attempted to take it from him, concerned about the impact of smoking on his health, especially since they were indoors. Without hesitation, Lu Yao Yao swiftly snatched the cigarette from her father's hand, leaving him speechless, his gaze sternly fixed on Zhang Yu. Lu Yao Yao's father began questioning Zhang Yu, seeking information about their activities during his absence from home. Zhang Yu acted quickly, responding to Lu Yao Yao's father's inquiries, explaining that they were merely in her bedroom gathering information about aliens and supernatural phenomena. He assured Lu Yao Yao's father that nothing strange had occurred and there was no need to worry. The perplexed expression on Lu Yao Yao's father's face indicated his confusion in response to Zhang Yu's unexpected explanation, catching him off guard and leaving him uncertain about how to react. This visible confusion prompted him to turn his attention to his daughter, hoping to find clarity or understanding in her response to the unusual situation. Once he grasped the circumstances, Lu Yao Yao's father perceived her as spoiled due to her willingness to offer assistance and support to Zhang Yu. Upon realizing the situation, Lu Yao Yao's father proceeded to question Zhang Yu, seeking insight into the reasons behind the government's decision to restrict students from acquiring knowledge about supernatural matters. When Zhang Yu expressed uncertainty, Lu Yao Yao's father clarified that human souls can take various forms and deviate from expected paths. He emphasized how feelings of hopelessness can lead someone down a dark and challenging path. As a result, he explained that certain subjects may be deemed inappropriate to share with everyone, as not everyone may comprehend or handle them well, potentially leading to negative consequences. Zhang Yu listened attentively to Lu Yao Yao's father, understanding that not everyone possesses the same level of inner strength. Lu Yao Yao's father went on to explain that even a small crack in someone's emotional well-being could be exploited by aliens. To ensure appropriate readiness, preliminary assessments are necessary before engaging with the supernatural realm. He clarified that only individuals who possess physical well-being and strong willpower would be allowed to explore the realm of the supernatural. Zhang Yu paid close attention to Lu Yao Yao's father's description of the process of gaining superpowers, envisioning and contemplating their previous conversation. Lu Yao Yao's father emphasized that the journey towards acquiring special abilities is lengthy and filled with potential risks, requiring determination and patience to overcome challenges. While Lu Yao Yao's father was smoking his cigarette, he specifically addressed Zhang Yu, highlighting situations where individuals with superpowers may struggle to control their abilities, leading to regret. Due to this, he advised against pursuing knowledge in this field. He then asked Zhang Yu to confirm his understanding of the advice. Zhang Yu made it clear that he comprehended Lu Yao Yao's father's words and expressed gratitude for his concern. However, Zhang Yu remained determined and informed Lu Yao Yao's father that he couldn't avoid the military examination taking place that year. He explained that despite the risks involved, he believed it was better to trust himself rather than always rely on others. He also acknowledged the importance of having someone reliable during challenging times. Lu Yao Yao's father was surprised by Zhang Yu's unwavering resolve, leaving him in a contemplative state as he hadn't anticipated such determination from him. Suddenly, Lu Yao Yao's father's phone rang, and he answered to learn about an urgent mission. Without hesitation, he informed the caller that he would head to the location immediately. Before leaving, he turned his attention to Zhang Yu and informed him about the mission. He offered advice, encouraging Zhang Yu to behave politely and respectfully, while making it clear that any misbehavior would not be tolerated, warning that he would harm him if he acted wrongly. Zhang Yu made a promise to Lu Yao Yao's father, assuring him that he would never engage in any inappropriate behavior with his daughter from that point forward. Upon hearing Zhang Yu's words, Lu Yao Yao was taken aback and surprised by his statement. They playfully pinched each other's cheeks, with Lu Yao Yao feeling a bit annoyed by Zhang Yu's remark and curious about its exact meaning.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more content. Feel free to leave a comment down below sharing your thoughts or suggestions. If you want to stay updated on all our latest uploads, click the notification bell icon. And hey, why not check out some of our other videos popping up on the screen right now? If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by liking, sharing, and subscribing. It really means a lot. Peace.